Hey y'all, it's Crystal Nicole, and I got something I want to talk about. So, y'all about to hear it. I believe that everybody on this earth was born with a specific purpose and have specific skill sets and a set of specific gifting that's just naturally in them. These things I consider gifted by God. One of the biggest issues I see in today's society is people don't know what their purpose is. They don't even recognize what their giftings are. They don't know that there's certain things that they're born with, certain abilities that they can do better than most people. And it's not because they practiced, and it's not because they sought out that skill. They just naturally good at it. Not recognizing that that is exactly the tool God gave you to carry out your purpose and to do the things you're called to do, because He knew that whatever thing you're created for, whatever purpose that you have, you're going to need this gift and this skill to do it. So me being the super inquisitive person that I am, I want to know the how, the what caused it, how you did it. I need to know the blueprint. I don't want to just see the results. I like the process. And I was just thinking, like, why am I like this? And really, I know one thing I will share with you is a gift that people don't talk about. That is the gift of being a scribe. What is a scribe? Back in the Bible days, scribes were the people who recorded things. They documented, they wrote the Bible. They saw what happened and they wrote it. They heard something and they wrote it. They were responsible for revealing revelation and truth and preserving stories and preserving things that happen so that other people could know about it, so that it can get taught, so that it can outlive the day that it happened. And to this day, history repeats itself. The people that recorded history and documented it are scribes. Now, how is it overlooked? Because back in the Bible days, Moses was a scribe. David was a scribe. He pretty much wrote the book of Psalms. Solomon was a scribe, the Songs of Solomon. And I think he might have even wrote some Proverbs. Don't quote me, I gotta double check. However, today, we overlooking that it's still a gift. And I'm gonna tell you some character traits that may prove that you have that same gifting of a scribe. And it could be part of your purpose on earth. Now, if you're someone who always feel compelled to write it down and take notes, you're probably a scribe. I'm talking about stuff you don't have to record and take notes. You don't want to forget this. Writing makes you remember it better. If you write it down, you'll never forget it. If you had to record things in chronological order, you want it done a certain way and you're compulsive about it. Tell me where it started. I need to know from the beginning to the end. Don't skip a step. You're probably a scribe. If you're very expressive and poetic and you're in tune with feelings and your emotions and you want to write it down and you write poetry, you're probably a scribe. If you see what's going on in today's society and you like to blog about it and you like to write about it and you like to post about it, if you have this desire to use words as your tool and your power, and that's how you are expressive, you're probably a scribe. Words of encouragement and affirmations is your love language. You like to read stuff. Not that you need to read. You just read just because you read. And then when you read something and something's missing, you want to dig a little deeper and figure out, why did this happen? You got to know the why. You have to know what happened from beginning to the end. You have to understand it, because scribes have a different desire to understand, because it's not enough for them to not understand. You study, you teach, You preserve things. You have stuff you've written since you were a kid. You have writings that you just save. You just sit there and write when you're bored. When there's nothing left to do, you're going to write something. You're going to watch a video and write down a note. You're going to watch a YouTube and take notes from it. You're going to listen to somebody speaking on a podcast and document something that stood out to you, because when you write it down, you pick it up and you remember it, and now it's a part of you. And you can use what you just written down and combine it with everything else you know and teach something from it, because you're a natural born teacher. You're a scribe. You're real picky about words and people using the wrong words the wrong way. And you like to verify things before you say it and do it. And if you say and do something and you're not sure you're right, you go back even after you said it and did it, double check it, because you got to be right, because you have to put out correct information, because the scribe's heart is to do it the right way and teach it. And it wants to help. It wants to preserve. It wants to school people. It's expressive. And you can't help that about yourself. You're typically well-spoken. You typically teach well. You typically know how to describe things better than a lot of other people. You help people get it, because a lot of people don't get it, because that is the mantle of a scribe. You hate to hear people teach wrong. You hate to see false information being glorified. You can't stand people just saying anything just to sound good, and people believing it bother you too, because why they believe this stupid stuff? It's not even accurate. You're a scribe. People hate you because you tell the truth. People don't like to hear you say nothing. People know that you're gonna come differently, because you think differently, because you know differently, because you spent a lot of time and a lot of years reading and documenting things, and stuff don't add up when people just spit out anything to you, because you're well learned, because you're continuously learning. You love to learn. You listen well. And what don't make sense, you don't listen to it all. It's almost as if you can't hear it, because it's so dumb and so foolish and so stupid that it won't even penetrate. It won't, because you're a scribe. Maybe you talk a lot. Maybe when you text, you send overly long messages, because you kind of got to make sure it's clear and it's understood and it's said and written in the right tone, because you don't want it to be taken out of context in any kind of way. So you're a little bit more careful how you deliver messages and how you speak to people and how you respond and how you email and how you text, because you're a scribe. You enjoy good conversation. You enjoy people that talk like they got some sense. You like hearing different perspectives. You welcome correction. You welcome people telling you, hey, have you thought about this? What about that? That doesn't bother you, because, hey, I just learned something new. You know what? I didn't think of that. Let me write that down. It sounds good. Scribe. You're scribe. It's all over you. Yep. You can talk for hours about anything, any subject. It's easy, because you're a scribe. You're not going to put out too much, and you're not going to defend something you're not sure about. But what you're going to do is you're going to go verify it. You're not going to let somebody just tell you something and you're going to believe it. You're going to go read it yourself. You're going to go look it up. You're going to deep dive into that thing, because you're a scribe. It's in you. You're a teacher of the nation, of the world. You're not even little. You think you are. Whatever little impact you have or you think you have is probably way bigger than that, because in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, even 100 years, your writings will still live, and it may teach some people some stuff that happened in this day. Times are going to be different. We would have never known how it was years ago, and how they had a scribe not recorded it. Had someone not taken the time out to take pictures and document this stuff. Keep creating your content. Keep taking your photos. You photographers, people that you love art, you love history. You like to travel and see old landmarks. And when you see these old landmarks, and when you see these different places, you ask the question, what happened here? Who lived here? you gotta feel, I don't know, you can kind of feel the life of the people that was on that land before you. And it's like a story. The land tells a story to you. You like sceneries, you like art, because it's a stamp in time. It's a timestamp for you. You're often misunderstood, and that's annoying. But at the same time, you don't really care because you just feel like they just stupid. Because you think you're smarter than most people. Because you probably are, because you're more learned. It's kind of a sign of a scribe. Maybe a little pride in there, but you're a scribe. Now, these are ways that scribes are operating in today's society, and it's overlooked. Content creators. You just like creating content. Back in the day, they had pens and tablets, and they beat things into stones to make letters and symbols. Today we have smartphones and devices and cameras, and you still record and document things. You have to. And you do it from beginning to the end, and it's fun to you. You're entertained by it. But when you're making these videos, you kind of got to do it in chronological order, and you kind of want to tell a story with your content. You want it to be expressive, and your work speaks for itself. It tells a story because you're now telling your story with today's devices because you still a scribe. But they call you content creator, but you really just a scribe. You enjoy creating. You probably have some books written. You probably have enough notes that you've just written for yourself that you didn't even plan on publishing, that could be published as is and be a bestseller book because it's just that thorough. You write down your dreams. You write down thoughts. You have to. You write it down. You date it. You time it. You go back and read over it. You go back and check over it. You go and correct what you messed up. You remember stuff later and go back and edit to those notes. You just have to write it down. You can't help yourself. You feel like there's an obligation to, and when you do it, you feel good. When you feel in some type of way, you can just journal your mood and your feelings, and it's gone. You're at peace again. I'm cool now. I wrote it down because I'm a scribe. I had to get it out. You are a record keeper of God. You are who God chose to teach, to know, to understand, to be a steward of time and things that's happened. You're the person God chose to preserve history. Your words outlive you. Your writings will outlive you. Your assignment outlives you. So do you think you have this gift just to have this gift, just to write down notes, just to journal, just to put a book or two out there, just to relieve some excess steam? You just got to get it off your chest. No, it's a part of your calling. One of the most influencing book written by scribes is the Bible. This thing has outlived everyone in it. You have a very important role in this world today and in life, but what you don't know is it's supposed to be used for the glory of God. What are you doing with that gift? It's a part of your purpose, and you were created to serve God, not to be served by God. Not to do what you want to do with your gift and just have it and walk around. Some people don't even use it. Some scribes stop writing. Get back on it. It's the thing that's going to make room for you in this world, especially in these days, because God revealed to me that this is the season. This is the year of the scribes. It is time for y'all to start back documenting, teaching, influencing, and putting out the right stuff, teaching the right information, teaching good, being influential with the right information, because there's so much wrong being taught. It's so much stuff being taught that makes no sense, that's inaccurate, and you know it. You may have wrote it down and journaled it, but you ain't saying nothing about it. You ain't putting it out there. Start the blog, start the newsletters, do the spoken word, post it, share it, teach it, and do it for God's glory, because the truth is being lost. I know y'all see it because you're a scribe. You see it. It's annoying you because you stand on what's right and what's true. You probably have a heightened sense of discernment because of this. Because you have to understand what's true and what's not. This is just one skill set that God naturally gives certain people that have certain callings. And what I'm noticing nowadays is people are coming into this world not considering that I was born for a purpose, and they're not seeking it. They don't even want to know. They just here. They said, I'm going to come here. I'm going to get some money. I'm going to look good. I'm going to own some stuff. And then I'm going to pray that God bless it. God revealed to me that people are using God that like he's their servant versus that there he is. What are you doing for the body of Christ? What are you teaching? Scribes. What are you educating on? Scribes. What are you reserving? What are you documenting? How are you using your skill and your gift for your purpose? What is your purpose? Do you know it? If you don't, pray about it, ask about it, and do some more digging into scribes. But scribes typically have a lot of other gifts because in order to be that great and understanding and that influential, God has to also give you some more stuff to cover and protect you. And wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and discernment are those things. If you're lacking in those areas, pray for it daily because you need that. You need to have wisdom. You need to have understanding, and you need to have discernment to be the best scribe that you can be, to teach the best way, to get this information out there. Is that aggressive? I just hit the table because I'm a scribe. I don't think people recognize that they're operating as a scribe on a regular basis. Even when you post affirmations and you're posting on these inspirational quotes, I love making those, and on your threads and on your Twitters and on your Facebook pages, and you just have to post something straight from you. It's coming from you. It's not something you just copying and pasting. Even though you will post some quotes that caught your eye. And a lot of quotes typically catch the eyes of scribes. I'm like, oh, that's wise. I like that. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna repost that. I'm gonna document that. Because you're a scribe. You're a scribe. And you can't help it. And you never knew what it was. You didn't give a title to it, but I'm giving you the title. You are a scribe, and that is a powerful gift. And your words will outlive you. Your writings will outlive you. Your teachings will outlive you. That's a legacy for you. And it's going to continue to teach and help and restore and bless people for years to come. But you got to get that out. You're doing a great work by just being who you are because you're naturally that. That's your gift. That's your calling. It's probably just one of them. And that's not a small thing. Be mindful how you use that gift and that influence because it can be used as an enemy of God as well. If you're doing it wrong and teaching wrong, keep writing your poems. Keep taking your photos, Mr. Photographer. Keep making your content. Keep saving these things, and they're precious. Your writings are precious. Every note you've ever written is precious. Everything you documented, it's a reason why it caught your eye. It's the reason why you had to listen to that. That is your God-given gift, and God is going to use it. He desires to. And the Bible says that your gift will make room for you. If you don't know where to go or what to do, just be you and build on being you, and be unapologetic about being you. And whoever don't like it, don't like it. They just not for you. They don't understand. They ain't a scribe no way. They ain't gonna get it. That may be a lie. But they might not get it because they don't get it. Because they're not it. And everybody can't see the way you see. And everybody don't understand the way you understand. Because that's the way God deals with you. That's your love language. That's how God teaches you. Nevertheless, I'm going to let this go because I'm sure I've said a whole lot. I put you on game, Mr. Scribe. Go ahead. Look it up yourself. That's it. That's all. Bye, y'all.